Good afternoon to a glorious Thurrock Oakfield. For the second day in a row, the sun is shining brilliantly. And today, Thurrock ladies take on Bath ladies in a championship game. These are very old rivals. They've met consistently through the years, and honour's been fairly even. Last year, Thurrock won an outstanding game at Oakfield, and this year they hope to do the same. Now, Bath have started off very well this season with 2 wins. Thurrock not quite so well as they have in the past, losing last week to Old Albanians, and the first game they played against London Irish, after a very strong lead, they were pegged back to 24 points each, so it was a draw. So this afternoon, we have first of all the Bath team, and Megan Wynne is the loose head prop, Sophie Golder-Perks is the hooker, Trish Brown's the tight head, Catherine Hyland and Claire Fawcett form the second row partnership, and Daisy Pearce-Lyons is at blindside. Robin Price, the captain, unfortunately is injured, and her place at number 7 is taken by Ellen Witt. Chloe Fletcher is the number 8. Emily Codd comes in to scrum half as captain, and Sarah Holloway is the fly half. Leah McGoldrick is on the left wing. The outstanding Anya Small, who played very well last year, is in the centre, alongside Chloe Williams. Nia Grundy is the right wing, and Sarah Humphreys is the full back. And Thurrock have kicked off there, and they've brought in at fly half Jade Wong, who's just kicked off. But on the bench for Bath will be Lucy McGrath, Abby Jones, Esme Bird, Ellen Thornton replace Ellie Witt on the bench, and Ellie Lewis and Holly Edmonds take up their positions. And I'll just hand you over to my co-commentator once again, Dave, the delightful Gabriella Diana, who will tell you about the Thurrock team.
Good afternoon. Today we've got quite a strong Thurrock team out today. We've got Megan Harris at loose head prop, Sarah Dyche at hooker, Leah Dixon at tight head prop, Poppy Jones and Nicole Smith at second row, Amy Patel at blindside flanker, Maddie Lockwood at open side flanker, our captain Sam Wilmot at number 8, Amy Parsad, also known as Rudders as she prefers, at scrum half, Jade Wong at fly half, Nikita Akinte at left wing, India Harvey at inside centre, Sophie Tyler outside centre, Hannah Thornhill right wing, Annalise Curley at fullback. And then our replacements for today are Tina Leslie, Lauren Paul, Moji Banjo, Melissa Shelton, Corinne Birch, Jazz Botswain, and unfortunately, due to a last-minute change, Ellie Lawther has been replaced by Izzy Lush.
Thank you, Gabriella. And our officials today are Nathan and Liam Palmer-Anscombe, who are brothers, with the assistant referees. I think Liam is probably from Campion School and Nathan is from, I believe, Readings. And the referee is Andrew Richards, formerly of the London Society, still of the London Society. He's now moved to Nicholston and the Gower in South Wales, and he's with the Ospreys. And so he's London Society and the Ospreys. Andrew Richards, today's referee. So a bright start. Jade Wong has kicked off. Thurrock had a little bit of early advantage. Amy Parsad has got the ball and delivers there to the forwards. Unfortunately, there's been a knock on there from Jade Wong. So, Gabriella, what are you expecting from Thurrock today?
I'm expecting a very, very difficult game, but I'm expecting a Thurrock win, hopefully. Like I said, last time we played them here, I don't believe Bath has actually ever won a game at Thurrock home, but they'll surely give us a good run for our money, as they always do.
So Nikita Akintadi looking very fresh, very fit here, very sprightly, waiting to get the ball. This is scrum, and it's the new captain, Emily Codd, to put the ball in. Big fight there for the ball, but Thurrock have won that. They go through the forwards. This time Jade Wong puts in a kick. It's a really good kick. It's stopped just short the line. Annalise Curley has got that one, full back. Leah Dixon driving up in the middle of the park. And failed to release. Amy Parsad is tapped and she's gone very, very quickly. Thurrock throw a wide ball out there. There's only one way Thurrock want to play is a very quick, fast game. Lovely ball there, India Harvey. She's put Nikita Akintade away. India Harvey carrying a slight quadricep injury. I think normally she would have thrown a dummy in that situation and sprinted in.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate situation, but it looked like quite a hard hit on poor Nikita there. But it was a fantastic chase and a brilliant pass from Hannah Thornhill, who actually, Hannah's family's watching every week. They were in Amsterdam last week, and this year they're in this week they're in Cheshire. And she's asked for a special hello to Kath and Keith Thornhill and to Alan and Mary Thornhill. So hello from Thurrock.
Fantastic, great story, a great player, Hannah, of course, and it's good to see her back to full fitness. Struggled a little bit towards the end of the last season, especially in the championship final. So Jade Wong restored to 10 this week, and the kicking game, London Irish, really exposed Thurrock and enabled London Irish to get back into the game in very tricky conditions. We're in a television gantry a long way away. I'm sorry about the delay. It seems a ball has gone on top of the stand. Eventually they found another ball. The referee tests it and throws a terrible pass along the throw. And so Sophie Golder-Perks to throw in. Great height there in the middle. It's Clear Fawcett winning the line-out. Last year Bath were outstanding in the line-out and had a great player in the middle of the field in Anya Small. Caused Thurrock a lot of problems. And that kick from Sarah Holloway has gone straight into touch, so it takes Thurrock ladies back to a scrum. The wind today appears to be coming through the normal channel for a change. Recently it's been coming from the north. It looks as if it's coming from the river, from the southwest, which is the normal way between the buildings. Just past the brand new 4G pitch, the 6th best in the whole country. Courtesy of Southwest Essex Community Education Trust. Orsett Heath Academy, of course, on the site. And you can see behind the post there, the new classrooms. It's a good line from Thurrock. They get the drive on fairly early. A breakaway from Sarah Dyche, I think, there, and unfortunately the knock on from Radders. Good to see Radders back in the black and white. Been missing for a couple of weeks, went off early during the London Irish encounter with an injury. Nevertheless, gave Corinne Birch a chance to play her part, and she performed very well in Amy's absence. How's this scrum going to go, Gabriella?
Thurrock have definitely got a strong side of scrum. I mean, as we saw earlier, and even with the maul a second ago, got a very, very strong team there. Lots of powerful legs in that scrum. But I mean, Bath like to, well, clearly they like to give us a run for their money, as I said earlier. But yeah, unfortunate loss for us there. Brilliant kick from Bath. Straight to Jade. Nice kick back,
Jade
straight
Wong,
into space.
it's a terrific spiral.
Oh, fantastic.
That's as good a spiral as I've ever seen, I think, from the ladies' game. She'll be very proud of that one when I speak to her later. I'm always trying to encourage her to use the spiral.
Yeah, that was fantastic. We actually had Radders, or Amy, she was on BBC 5 Live earlier with Helen Skelton, doing a bit of promotion for the Thurrock T Birds. Got a few words in there, bless her, although the T Birds wanted to have a bit of a joke, see if she could get the word aardvark in there, but she didn't quite manage it, so drinks will be on her next social.
We'll try and play with some of that at half-time. We'll see if aardvark is in there, or if anybody can even pronounce it. So it wasn't quite a 50-22, so it allowed Bath to put the ball in the line out, and their second rows are excellent. They've got a bit of a drive on themselves. I'm not sure whether there's ever been a 50-22 in a ladies' game, but that kick from Jade Wong is as close as it gets, I think. Coach Emily Scott, of course, became a great kicker as well. So Thurrock this afternoon fairly close to full strength for the first time this season. India Harvey J didn't play last week. She was sorely missed in the centre. It's given India Harvey a chance to put Sophie Tyler in. Known affectionately as Tyler. Makes good inroads. Maddie Lockwood. Good carry, handoff. It's Nick Brown, only one way she's going. I should say Nico, with her French origins. I apologise, I called her Nikki the other week, London Irish. She's usually Nick or Nicole. So a good period of pressure from Thurrock. Thurrock are holding on in a crucial position, and Bath get the penalty. So a healthy crowd this afternoon at Thurrock Oakfield once again. Sponsors lunch preceding the game. Very well attended. And the wind clearly swirling about because it's coming from the southwest. It drives towards the far end of the pitch. That's the eastern side. It's a bit more exposed and open there. This side of the pitch where the commentary position is, it's pretty well shielded by the Orst Heath Academy in the grandstand. And it's far easier kicking into the stand because you don't suffer the effects of the wind. So one day we'll get a new commentary position on the other side and maybe another grandstand. Maybe Bath try and run the ball out. Then they put in a kick. It's a fairly good kick. But Hannah Thornhill and Annalise Curley in a bit of trouble there. They haven't managed to get to ground and retain possession. Jade Wong looking for a gap. Once again, adjudged to have been holding on. It's always difficult when you make a break as a back because sometimes you just get isolated. Your forwards are ahead of you. They can't get involved and the turnover is relatively easy. So it's Sarah Holloway who finds a touch on the Thurrock 22. This is the first time Bath have had the opportunity to launch an attack.
Yeah, but I'm a little bit confused there with the ref's call for holding on, as Amy just got it out there, but it's unfortunate. However, I'm sure we'll recover quite quickly, but like I said, Bath is really putting a strain, but Thurrock are holding their own ground quite well.
Yes, nowadays referees seem to blow very, very early for turnovers. All the opposition have to do is get their hands on the ball and get over it, and they give the penalty. Sunglasses needed this afternoon on the far side of the pitch, where it's like a spring day. Unfortunately, in the stand it's freezing cold. No sunglasses required. In fact, we need winter coats, mufflers, scarves, everything. Sunglasses. We're on Essex. There is no false tan here. So referee Andrew Richards has come up from Wales in order to officiate today. There's London Society shirt. Very interesting in Wales. For a very long time, referees were sponsored by Specsavers, which everybody thought was quite ironical. So it's a better scrum from Bath. Has put Thurrock under a bit of pressure. Amy Parside really struggling at the back. She has stretched to get that ball back, and Thurrock have picked up. Well, Bath have won the ball back. They go to the left. Managed to find Liam McGoldrick. Pick up by Trish Brown. Great pick up by Sarah Holloway. That was a terrible ball to pick up running along the floor. That's clear Fawcett making good ground. But this time Thurrock have won the turnover. A shame, because there was almost an attempt at a drop goal then. The whistle long gone. There have only ever been 2 drop goals on this ground in the last 30 years. There are quite a few before that. There's ever been a drop goal from a female on this pitch? Anybody can remember, but Jade Wong was capable of doing it. So Thurrock have their full team of coaches here today. Of course, the England international and Olympian Emily Scott, Andy Yarrow, Jake Matthews, Director of Rugby Dean White, and Yvonne Lowther, the team manager. Colin Bold, Pete Reeks and Maria Crowfoot are the coaches of Bath. It's a terrifically contested line-out. One was won by Catherine Highland. It's given Bath a chance, but Thurrock have won the ball back. It's Amy Battelle, Sophie Tyler. India Harvey has looped around. She's thrown the dummy this time. Tries to work the switch inside Annalise Curley. It's gone to ground. Thurrock lost possession at a crucial point. Good break by India Harvey. Clearly suffering the effects of the pulled quadricep, however. Nikita Akintade is going across the field looking for work. She's gone to the other wing. It's interesting. It's meant Annalise Curley has filled in on the left wing for the time being. This time is a loose kick in the middle of the field. It's picked up by Poppy Jones. She managed to get an offload in. Nick Brown, close tendons. Leah Dixon. Jade Wong once again with a kick. A nice neat prod down the corner. It's really well placed. Well recovered. Very well recovered. And Sarah Humphreys, the Bath fullback. That's an excellent kick. About 40 metres. So Gabrielle, how do you think the game's going so far?
I think it's definitely an interesting game. There's not really a particular half you can say the game's been spent in, but I think Bath are quite good at getting to the ball and getting the turnovers quickly, although Thurrock are matching them with the speed to the rucks, which is fantastic. But this is definitely, I think, going to be a kicking game.
Sarah Dyche just misses the jumper. And we're well aware of the fact that Bath have a good second row pairing. And so Thurrock have to ring the changes in the line in order to try and get possession. And that time the long throw was just blown awry. This is a Bath scrum, and it's the Emily Codd, the captain, to put the ball in. After a recent elevation to the captaincy, and with the absence of Robin Price, who unfortunately has broken a jaw. So again, a clearly, keenly contested scrum. I beg your pardon. Clear Fawcett. Good carrying by Trish Brown. Real handful. Sarah Holloway feeds the ball out. Full back has come to the line. Sarah Humphreys. Battle of the Sarahs this game. There's a quick tap and go by Emily Codd. Thurrock quickly turned that one over. Always come back to Annalise Curley, who kicks the ball downfield. It's gone to Nia Grundy, who's made really good headway. She's broken clear. And that's the first score of the game. I think that might well be Chloe Williams in the centre. Who's going for the first try. So a little bit of broken play, an opportunity arose, a gap appeared, and Grundy shot through the gap, and that allowed Chloe Williams to come bursting through in clear blue water and actually score the opening try. So honours have been fairly even so far, but Bath have certainly got into the game, and they've opened the scoring. So it's Thurrock 0, Bath Ladies 5. Conversion to follow. And this is fly half Sarah Holloway, who had a big influence on the game. And that's an excellent kick. It's just scraped over the crossbar, but just enough legs.
Yeah, that's quite a nice run by Bath. Fantastically chased by Nikita though. That was she didn't give up there. We also have Lizelle Heather and Iona Musker, two other T Birds currently watching the YouTube stream. I'm sure they're probably screaming at their TVs right now.
So, just the start Bath wanted, not the start Thurrock wanted. After early pressure, they didn't quite score, and Bath, with their first opportunity, go into the lead by 7 points to 0. Certainly some danger runners on the left-hand side of the field. Again, they make inroads, but there is a knock on. Thurrock are quick to pick up the pieces and get possession. Nick Brown in the middle of the park. Looks as if there's been injury.
So there might have been two.
In fact, there are 2 injuries. So the referee has called a halt to play. Looks like Liam McGoldrick, who made that long penetrating run earlier. Thurrock have had their chances early doors, haven't quite been able to capitalise. Knock-ons at crucial stages. And it's a welcome to Mercedes and Jenny in the Cayman Islands. Mercedes 5 course, former captain, England international. Played for Thurrock for many seasons. So it's good afternoon to her. I hope she's watching by the poolside, drinking a gin and tonic or a cocktail. A little bit of concern here with the injury. Andrew Richards, the referee, paying due diligence, of course. You always take every precaution with rugby injuries, especially head injuries. And you take your time, make sure the player is comfortable and well and ready to leave the field. It looks as if it could be Thurrock captain Sam Wilmot, who is injured. I'm not quite sure. We're trying to clear that one up for you. She's limped off the field. So Thurrock have brought a substitute on.
Tina Leslie. Tina Leslie's come on the pitch for our captain, Sam Wilmot. Hopefully she's all right, but I believe it might be a knee injury.
Very well taken by Annalise Curley. Thurrock in the ascendant again. It's a lovely spin past the middle of the field from Jade Wong. Putting the forwards back into position. They get round the corner very quickly. Amy Parsad, India Harvey, who again throws the dummy. Fortunately, doesn't have her usual acceleration. Perhaps she'll get more comfortable as the game gets on. Nikita Kintade has a bit of a chance, but she's on the back foot as she receives that pass. And there has been offside, so Thurrock will go back for the penalty. It's a crushing blow for Thurrock to lose their captain so early on, so we hope the injury is not too serious. Thurrock have come to the blind side with Maddie Lockwood. She's burst inside. Thurrock have retained possession. Difficult bouncing ball, well picked up in the middle. Well, the ball has been lost and Bath come away. Arthur trying to run away from her own line, which is always dangerous. Terrific turnover by Thurrock. I think it's Leah Dixon. Amy passes, tapped and gone. Thurrock are close to the try line. They're driving hard through the middle. It's a great tackle, driven back. Amy Parsad picks up. There's a knock on there, which is a deliberate knock on. I think Bath are probably lucky not to get a yellow card there. That is in the red zone. There was a deliberate knock on, very clearly. Yes, the inevitable yellow card has come. This is almost reminiscent of the flying wedge of the old days. Tap and the whole pack drive together. On the crucial stage, the ball has been knocked on, much to the delight of the Bath faithful. You can see at the far end, some people taking advantage of the new spectator gallery behind the posts. Bird's eye view. So Thurrock with a numerical advantage. They do get a bit of a shove on, but not enough to disrupt the Bath scrum. Let's give Emily Codd a chance to put Sarah Holloway in with a kick and a touch. That's a good kick. So how are Thurrock going to break this stranglehold?
I think that's probably a good term to call it. I'm hoping that, like we said yesterday with the men's game, that they might be using the wings a little bit more, as Bath do seem to be a little bit thin on the wings, especially with that last play where Thurrock ran it into the crowd. Definitely had a lot of overlap on either side. It's good to see that Sam, our captain, seems to be standing and walking about a bit, but at the moment I believe either Amy Parsad or India Harvey will be covering as captain currently.
So the referee plays a little bit of advantage, but when that comes to nothing, he goes back for the scrum. Thurrock mysteriously trying long throw-ins on this very windy day, going somewhat skew-if. Thurrock Oakfield, a high of activity this morning with lots of the juniors and minis playing. Of course, we have the little children playing the acorns nowadays as well. Absolutely packed the rafters this morning. The view from the A13 bridge was quite magnificent. A scene of great jollity and excitement as all these youngsters are playing rugby. It's a good pick-up from number 8 there. It's Chloe Fletcher. Bath tried to fight their way out of their half. They've only been to Thurrock's half once, so that's the result in the score. Sarah Holloway with a kick. It's come along to Annalise Curley. It bounced rather kindly for her, so she stretches her legs. Keita Akin-Tadde's had to go in as a guard. Amy Parsad feeds the forwards, Poppy Jones. Thurrock desperately trying to get a little bit of continuity. Hannah Thornhill has come to the left wing. Again, is a turnover. Looks like fly half Jade Wong, a little bit of trouble. Gets to her feet gingerly, bit of a wrist injury, I suspect. Not a good thing when you're fly half, to catch the ball all the time. Amy Parsad is a good scrum half, so hopefully she'll look after her. So Oakfield has been something of a fortress for the Thurrock ladies over the years. They rarely lose at this venue, and they're hoping they'll make a comeback fairly soon. For the moment, it's Bath 7, Thurrock 0. Another excellent lineup from Bath. They are really very much in control of this set piece. So Chloe Fletcher, clear Fawcett in concert. They come to the blind side. It's Megan Wynn, the loose head. So this was a delayed kickoff once again owing to traffic conditions in the area. I guess this is the aftermath of the rail strike where people are taking to the roads instead this weekend. Well, I hope the trains are running freely today. So the Thurrock scrum goes backwards without captain Sam Wilmot, puts Amy Parsad in big trouble. Once again, there's a turnover. So once again, Bath are in the Thurrock half. This is probably only the second time in the game, but no doubt will look menacing from this line out. Catherine Hyland and Clear Fawcett will probably control this line out, and Bath will probably go for a driving maul. I'd be very surprised if they didn't. Thurrock must try and compete to win the ball, or at least sack the line out very quickly. It's again an excellent set piece, apart from the fact the ball wasn't thrown in straight by Sophie Golder-Perks. Always difficult for hookers, especially in windy conditions. So much depends upon them. But without Sam Wilmot at the back, this is going to be quite a difficult scrum again for Thurrock. And Tina Leslie now with the responsibility of tidying things up at number 8. Has Tina played much first team rugby?
Tina, yeah, she's played quite a few games now. She's still supporting the second team when she can, but she's quite a good presence in the first team, yeah.
Seemed very much as an early nudge there, yeah, so engagement. Thurrock have tapped and gone very quickly. Maddie Lockwood in possession. She puts Sophie Tyler into space. Sophie Tyler is sprinting up the field. Sophie Tyler then goes into contact. And Bath get the turnover. The problem was Sophie Tyler was way up and running, and then she got slightly isolated. She'd run away from her support. And then the turnover was fairly easy.
Come on, team! I won't be saying to them.
So of course there's a changed programme because Nikita Akintade is actually on the right wing and Hannah Thornhill on the left wing. So they've changed numbers 11 and 14. There's another injury pause, I'm afraid. So, Gabriella, what's the route for Thurrock to get back into this game?
The route, to be fair, it's quite an even playing field by the looks of it, with a mix of sort of one-out runners and, well, large hits by the forward, so it would be difficult to say, definitely. I think mainly we need to be marking the Bath players that seem to have quite good legs on them and be able to sprint quite far, but they're very quick to the breakdown, so possibly a bit quicker with the breakdowns, although that's hard to ask for with how good they've been so far. But I'd possibly say that, and marking numbers with, like we've said, Hannah and Nikita are fantastically quick. So possibly getting them to mark the quicker ones would be quite good, and allowing them to have room to run for our own tries.
Hannah Thornhill has to go back there, and she's running across the field using her pace. A little kick ahead, and there's nobody there, and Hannah Thornhill is going to get there first. It's a great piece of work by Hannah Thornhill. Lima Goldrick has recovered well, and that's allowed her to kick the ball into space. Jade Wong has managed to gather that one up. She's going for a run herself. She's gone to ground now. She's fed the ball back. Great run by Hannah Thornhill. Great kick ahead. Almost got there first. Maddie Lockwood now in possession. She feeds off. And Sarah Deitch. Leah Dixon in concert. It's better play from Thurrock. Feeds Nikita Akitande in the middle of the field. She hands a couple of players off. Looks for a sprint. She's now held up, but she has managed to get the ball back with support on this occasion. Maddie Lockwood again, taking closer order. Amy Parsad will chip ahead. It's a better patch of play for Thurrock, and both wingers, as Gabrielle suggested, getting involved and making big inroads into the Bath defence. They really need to get those players on the end of the breaks by people like Sophie Tyler and India Harvey-J. I suppose having been isolated on the wing, in the cold wind, the shade, isn't the best thing for a winger, so they've gone infield looking for the ball, and they managed to pick up a few good passes and a few opportunities. So as Gabrielle suggested, that probably is the way forward for Thurrock. Get the wingers into the game, get the flyers there. The coalition of cheetahs, the quick ones. So Bath again doing well to line out the set piece. Forward drive. And a break there from the hooker. It says Sophie Golder-Perks. Bath gaining confidence. Now Cod gets the ball out. Ball goes through the hands. But great tackle, great timing by India Harvey. Clear Fawcett, big presence in this game. Thurrock do win the turnover though. Great work by Poppy Jones. Puts Shade Wong back in position, another kick. It's a good kick, but it's very well taken by Leah McGoldrick. She has played well in this half. Annalise Curley now has to run across the field. She has to beat Leah McGoldrick. She finds that difficult. McGoldrick recovers position, tackles well. She's a fine player, this Bath winger. Big influence in this game so far. And big tackles going on there. Unfortunately, Leah Dixon can't hold that pass. And that's half time. A very interesting half of rugby. Two teams very evenly matched as ever. Thurrock have had their opportunities, haven't quite been able to deliver once in the opposition half. Bath have taken their one opportunity really well and have performed well, particularly on the wings with Leah McGoldrick. Hannah Thorner is leading the charge off the field, and I'm sure Thurrock coaches want to get back in the change rooms and get their troops reorganised for the second half. Bath are probably very pleased to come away on the back of 2 victories and to go into half-time with a lead of 7-0. Gabriella, your summary.
Definitely has been quite a difficult game, well, I believe for both sides. I don't think Bath have particularly run away with it yet. Obviously, like you said, the coaches are going to want to have a bit of a bolstering with Thurrock and get the morale up a bit. Obviously, losing our captain partway through was a bit of a knock to the team, which was unfortunate. She's being helped off the pitch by one of her team members. But hopefully we'll come back stronger in the second half. There's all to play for still. But yeah, I think it's definitely been quite a strong side from Bath today. I believe they have quite a mix of old players and quite new debutantes, I believe. So definitely putting up a good fight today.
Bath obviously have their eyes set on promotion like many teams in the championship. And I must say last year was really good to have one of their players who was injured in the commentary box with me. And she made a great contribution, just as Gabriella is today. So we'll leave you just for a few moments, half time, and maybe we can get the cameraman to focus on the new pitch and perhaps some of the scenery around Thurrock Oakfield. Bath have taken the field already, ready for the second half, and referee Andrew Richards there. Thurrock obviously have been locked in the changing room and receiving the harshest of orders from the coaches, no doubt. Bath are keen to go, which is always a good sign. It's a long way to come for this game, and they'll be delighted with the score at half-time of 7-0. Thurrock now come out. Could see Amy Parsad out there extolling the virtues of getting straight back into the competition for Thurrock. Thornhill ran off the field, anxious to get on with the second half. So there's a bit of a swirling wind. I'm not sure whether it's in anybody's favour. So Nicole Brown at the front there, waiting to receive the kickoff. So it is Anya Small who kicks off this time. Amy Parsad goes on a typical run up the middle of the field. Attempt to ankle tap, just fails. Maddie Lockwood comes in first receiver.
That's Moji Banjo that has come on the pitch.
So Thurrock have brought on Moji Banjo. We're not quite sure who for at the moment.
Moji, I'm not sure if this is her first game for the first team. I don't believe it is. Absolutely fantastic player, proper up-and-coming T Bird. I'm trying to see who she's come on for, but I can't quite make it out.
Lovely bit of play by Thurrock there. India Harvey straightens up, gives Sophie Tyler. Annalise Curley comes to the line. She managed to get the ball out.
And that's to Melissa Shelton. She's also come on from the subs. Oh, another fantastic player that's come up through the...
So Thurrock have made a couple of changes. Lovely take by Maddie Lockwood there. Thurrock just managed to retain possession. Strong challenge. And Sophie Tyler with the kick, and it rolls in the touch in the Bath 22. It's a good, bright start for Thurrock in the second half. They certainly mean business. They've come out, they've made the necessary changes, and straight away we've seen the changes make a difference. So it's good coaching. So who's gone from the field?
That's what I'm trying to see. I've not got the best eyesight, but I believe that is Tina Leslie that has come off.
Tina Leslie was only on temporarily.
I can't quite make out who else has come off for Melissa Shelton.
Of course, there was an injury at the end of that half as well, so I'm not sure how that's affected the team. This time the Bath machine doesn't quite work that well. It's very difficult with throwing in that corner because the wind is coming off the river, southwesterly off the River Thames there, coming from the direction of Purfleet. Famous, of course, Purfleet for the Spanish Armada and the Queen visiting Purfleet and talking about her poor fleet or poor feet, I'm not sure. Should know, I'm a historian. We did promise to play for you at half-time a recording, but we've forgotten that. We'll try and fit in sometime during the second half from Radio 5 Live. Well, Amy Parsad, of course, was interviewed today. So here we are at Thurrock, this great bastion of women's rugby, where over the years there have been many outstanding games. And Thurrock find themselves in arrears at the moment. What can they do to change that?
I believe it is Amy Battelle that has come off the pitch. She's seen with Sam Wilmot, our captain. Yeah, great.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. As Sam Wilmot and Amy Battelle both injured, limping. Looks as if they're going to receive some attention, but at least they're on their feet. So Thurrock Scum goes back a little, but Amy Parsad manages to pick her out. Probably should have looked blind. There was an opportunity blind, but that's Sophie Tyler. A wonderful run. It really is. It's a great run by Sophie Tyler. That's the way to play centre. Straightened up the line very quickly, went through like a dose of salts and manages to get that try for Thurrock, to put Thurrock back in the game. Outstanding play by Sophie Tyler. An excellent back move, and there was me advocate they should have gone blind.
That was absolutely fantastic from Sophie Tyler. A brilliant jink in the middle of them and absolute determination to get through there with brilliant support from Thurrock. Hoping Annalise will give us a conversion, get us neck and neck with Balfe again.
Well, there's absolutely no way Sophie Tyler was going to be stopped from that range. So Annalise Curley with the conversion. And she's kicked that. That's 7 points each.
Fantastic kick from Annalise there. Definitely a bit difficult with the wind at the moment. It is quite breezy up here if you can't hear it on the mic. That brings us to 7-all. Fantastic result. Brilliant this early in the second half to bring it back again.
And Sophie Tyler and India Harvey J formed this tremendous partnership in the centre of the field, and that really was evidence of it. The line was straightened up, Sophie Tyler came onto it like a runaway truck, and she went straight through the defence with that lovely step and terrific angle, and that's brought Thurrock straight back into the game, and a wonderful conversion by Annalise Curley across the wind. Now Moji Banjo is injured, so Thurrock have gone through 2 injuries already, both in the pack, and if Moji Banjo is forced from the field, that really will be a problem. So Moji Banjo has recovered. That's good news for Thurrock. It almost looks as if Sophie Tyler decided to take the matter into her own hands. It was a very crucial time in Thurrock's season, so she went on that run, and there was no way she was ever going to be stopped. That hasn't gone 10 metres, so it's a scrum back. How often do we see that in rugby? One error compounded by a second consecutive error. It's a golden rule. Once you've conceded, you must kick off. You must go 10 metres. Whatever else you do, you must get it 10 metres. Sarah Holloway there, just perhaps showing the strength of the wind. And that now is clearly in Thurrock's favour. That will allow Jade Wong to introduce more of her kicking game. India Harvey J reminded me earlier that she's not left-footed. She sidesteps off her left foot and passes off her left hand, but she's actually a right-footed kicker. There's a scrum penalty. Gives Sarah Holloway a chance to find a bit of territory in Thurrock half. And yes, that sort of belies my idea the win was in Thurrock's favour. That was a very good kick. Of course, southwesterlies do blow towards the east, and that eastern side has taken many a high ball over the years. So as the camera points towards Worley Heights and towards Langdon Hills, you see in the distance an ever-improving eye line there for the Thurrock faithful to look at. So it's a good line out, a nice line out ploy. Unfortunately, it's a forward pass for them. That was Catherine Highlands winning that line out. There was a nice little move putting Megan Wynne, Trish Brown in the middle of the field. But unfortunately for Bath, that was a forward pass. So it looks as if a Thurrock set piece has been under a little bit of pressure today. Maddie Lockwood has moved into number 8, using her know-how. That's a much better scrum from Thurrock. Amy Parsad now feeds Jade Wong. There's a mismove, trying to bring Nikita Akintande in behind the front runners. But now India Harvey. And another turnover. Referee's very hot on this particular aspect of the game.
It's a bit unfortunate. There have been, in my personal opinion, a couple of high tackles that have been missed and a few knock-ons, but I suppose as a ref you can't be everywhere, you can't advise everywhere. That was definitely unfortunate to have in our half, but hopefully we'll be able to fend them off as long as we can and bring it back.
So a very strong attacking position for Bath now. They've kicked into the corner. Sarah Holloway's made sure that she's absolutely struck that one perfectly. And with the Bath line-out being so strong, this is a very dangerous position for Thurrock. So unfortunately they're not able to control that line-out with the strength of wind. It's given Jade Wong a chance to clear her lines. That's a good kick from her, kicking the ball out the 22. As I said earlier, because you have Orsett Heath Academy there as a school, there's something of protection from the wind. As long as you kick the ball below the height of the stand in the school. Once it goes above, it swirls back into play. Not many people know that. I probably do. I've kicked enough balls on this pitch. So Sophie Golder-Perks to throw in. Once again, doesn't look terribly straight the line, but it manages to be knocked back by Catherine Hyland. She and Clea Fawcett are having an excellent game. And the penalty goes to Bath. After a really bright start to the second half, Thurrock have been entrenched in their own half, giving Sarah Holloway a chance to push them back into the corner once again. She does that with ease. Golder-Perks and get the throw-in right. This could be dangerous for Thurrock. It's a better liner. It's gone to front, which is a far easier ball. And Bath do get the rolling maul going. Thurrock tried to realign. It's picked up at the back. It's Megan Wynn. Powerful runner. That drive has paid dividends. The try scorers grab the ball and walk back to make sure the cameraman knows exactly who the try scorer is. And of course it is number 3, Trish Brown, tight head prop. So worst case scenario for Thurrock, giving away a couple of penalties. And Sarah Holloway has pushed Thurrock down to the corner, and after 3 attempts they managed to get the line out straight. And that's led to a couple of drives, then Trish Brown forcing her way over in the corner. It's Anya Small with the conversion attempt from wide out across the face of the wind. A really good effort, but it was always going to be a difficult kick from that angle. So it's Thurrock 7, Bath 12.
Yep, Bath have already reset after that try. It's unfortunate for Thurrock, but with constant crash balls like that, it is very, very hard to defend against. But it was well played by Bath. And we've got Jade Wong about to kick off.
So Jade Wong makes the 10. It's very well taken by Megan Wynn, the loose head prop. In fact, it might well have been of Meg Wynne who scored the try. So now Bath put boot to ball. Annalise Curley has possession. She's going to set off on a run. She tries to feed Nikita Akintade in the middle of the field. Ball is knocked on. Bath have regained possession. The referees play the advantage. So probably Thurrock are better off when they're playing the shorter balls in midfield. Once they go on the long loose passes in this wind, it becomes very difficult to hold on to the ball. It showed when Sophie Tyler scored the try off a short pass. Now the ball has gone forward. And Nia Grundy has pulled back when in full flight. The Bath props having a big influence on this game. They managed to restore order on the kickoff of Jade Wong, gathered the ball in and made good ground. And Thurrock found themselves penned in their own half. That really resulted from the attempt midfield to throw some long passes in the wind, which had the ball going to ground, then Bath gaining possession. This time McIntyre comes in the middle of the field. She's well marshalled. This time Maddie Loughlin shoots possession. It's a crushing tackle in the middle of the field. That's Anya Small who's come in to make the tackle. Blitz defence. Now Nick Brown has a run. Amy Parsad with a kick into space. It's bouncing awkwardly. Bath managed to regain that. Bath were offside. On this occasion, Thurrock get the benefit of the doubt. Much to the displeasure of Leah McGoldrick, who's been menacing with her runs in this game. It's a long kick, but it's gone straight to Leah McGoldrick, who then kicks ahead. Annalise Curley's in position. She's taken it brilliantly above her head, and that looked like a high tackle, but nevertheless, the referee has allowed this to go. Annalise Curley does brilliantly. Maddie Lockwood looking for the half gap. Bath have driven over and won that ball as Clear Fawcett. Then we have a brilliant turnover by Thurrock. Amy Parsons tapped and gone, but the ref has said, come back. There was Poppy Jones and Leah Dixon in concert there in the turnover. Yeah, it was definitely a Leah Dixon. This time Jade Wong finds a good touch near halfway. Using the benefits of the stand. Traction of the wind. They've obviously done their homework. Definitely a hard-fought game and definitely a 50-50 game. All there to play for. Just 5 points in it. Sarah Dyche to throw the ball in. Poppy Jones to the front, does a good take. Jade Wong looks for the ball. Short pass this time to India Harvey. She throws a dummy. Sophie Tyler. Peter Akintande has got the ball. Hannah Thornhill has gone there. Flown up the wing. Just broken down, but that's better from Thurrock. Ball has gone across the field. Hannah Thornhill has gone from one wing to the other and come close there to breaking free. Much to the excitement of the crowd and the odd commentator.
I hope Hannah doesn't get too frustrated with herself as she seems to be. That was a fantastic run. It was just unfortunate it seemed to come off the shoulder of Nikita, but I don't believe either of them were at fault there, really. It's just fantastic. They've got out of our own half and they're willing to push him through to the try line in Bath's half.
They're certainly looking to work in tandem, the two wingers, which is always a good sign. Anya Small Tries to bump off India Harvey. It's not a good thing to do. Doesn't always work. Thurrock have regained possession now. And this time Amy Parside puts a little kick in, a little chip kick, and that's causing mayhem under the posts. Anya Small. And Bath are offside once again, which is probably why Radders put the kick in the first place. Referee Andrew Richards taking no truck with that. It goes straight through the heart, the Bath defence. Quick ball there for Amy Parside. The forwards are being used. Hannah Thornhill desperately calling for the ball out wide. Jade Wong with a lovely pass. Sophie Tyler unleashed Curly. Hannah Thornhill has the ball. Nowhere to go, but she's sprinting across the field. Then she throws out a pass, and Moji Banjo has the ball. She gets her legs going. She will get close. Thurrock have the ball again. Another big possession. Straighten up. It's a big tackle in the middle of the field. Amy Parsad. Sophie Tyler. This time the ball bounces, and Annalise Curley has the ball. Once again offside. It seems Bath are living offside in their attempts to keep Thurrock at bay. The score at 12 points to 7. Thurrock really have to run it. Maddie Lockwood on the sidestep, trying straight into contact. Force the pack behind her, gets her to ground. Thurrock just a few yards out. There's a pick up there. And that looks very close to a try. Very close to the line. Thurrock have another go. And this time, much to the delight of Thurrock faithful, Thurrock have managed to get over. And that's a try for... was it Leah Dixon? We can't quite see.
I couldn't quite see. There was quite a maul going down over the line there. I believe it was Leah. Couldn't quite see there though, sorry.
Can't see who got the plaudits there. But,
got a bit excited.
a lot of excitement there, even from the commentary box. We try to be unbiased. So Annalise Curley with a difficult chance to put Thurrock ahead. Not from these positions, for the right-footed kicker. Crosswind. So she will need to strike this firmly towards the near post and let the wind do the rest. Yes, unfortunately, the wind undid her a little bit there. It's 12 points each. Perhaps we'll find the opportunity to play the little extract from Radio 5 Live. So, with Bath about to kick off, it's 12 points each. A roller coaster of a game, a bit of a seesaw. Ebbing and flowing, first one way, then the other. Everything to play for, and now we will seize the initiative and take the lead. So we'll just try and listen to this extract from Radio 5 Live this morning. This is Amy Parsad.
Now underway, the Thurrock T Birds are playing at home this afternoon in the Championship First Division South. On the line is Vice Captain Scrum Half Amy Parsad. How are you feeling, Amy?
Hi, Helen. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely pumped, to be honest. They're huge rivals for us. They're the only team to beat us away actually last season, so it's a really big game for us this morning.
Because last season, when last year?
Not a couple of early injuries actually, so not the start we wanted for the first two games, but I have no doubt that as a team smash the league as we have done actually for the last few years. So yeah, we're pumped.
There you go. This is the time to turn it around.
Big game today.
This weekend, the England women's rugby team currently back campaign with a big win against Fiji. Were you watching?
Yes, we had it on record. Obviously, watched it all straight away in the morning, and what a start to the campaign. So I think to be back in the girls to go the whole way.
That's your inspo for today's game.
That's it.
Go well, Amy. That's Amy Passard. Good luck with your game this afternoon. The Thurrock T Birds. What a name. Next, we're hopping across to Belfast.
So Amy Parsad, of course, one of the injury victims herself, but she was supposed to be using the word Arkford during the course of the interview, and she failed to do so, so I'll do it for her. But great to hear Thurrock on Radio 5 Live today. And of course, for all of our regular viewers, it's a great welcome to you this afternoon, and please get your friends on and watch, because the more people who watch Thurrock, the better for Thurrock and better exposure for rugby. It is, of course, the Ladies World Cup this year, as was said during the interview, and England are the favourites. They're the world #1 team at the moment, and quite a few Thurrock players have played for England over the past few years, including coach Emily Scott. Great pass from Amy, another great one from Jade Wong. It's a good run in the middle of the field by Thurrock. They made inroads there. Jade Wong with a lovely left-handed pass. Another pass that's come straight out to Hannah Thornhill. Hannah Thornhill is going for the hard outside. Great play by Thurrock. Series of outstanding left-handed passes there, particularly from Jade Wong, India Harvey, Sophie Tyler. Put Hannah Thornhill into a bit of space. Not quite enough room to go on the outside. That's certainly more like the old Thurrock.
Yeah, I believe we've had Lauren Paul come on for Megan Harris, but unfortunately Hannah seems to be quite frustrated with herself, bless her.
Another good line out from Bath. Thurrock tried to sack it, but Clear Fawcett has managed to retain possession. I think that's Abby Jones who's come onto the field for Bath. Sarah Dyche is looking for the ball. Esme Bird taking her out. Bath have rung the changes. Sarah Holloway puts in a long kick downfield. Jade Wong is picked up. A nice sidestepping run by Jade. Once again, the referee is very quick to penalise Thurrock at the breakdown. It is 12 points each. The game swinging to and fro. There's Bath with a little bit of an advantage after that foray. A measured kick by Sarah Holloway, giving Bath the initiative. Ellie Lewis has come on to hooker. Sorry, she hasn't. I beg your pardon. It's still Sophie Golder-Perks. Jazz Boson has come onto the field for Thurrock. Excellent line-out routine. This is Megan Wynn. A lot of close quarters work from her today. Now the outstanding Bath second rows in concert. Good move across the middle of the field. Emily Codd. This is Chloe Williams, sorry, Anya Small, with some big fens in the middle of the field. A couple of terrific handoffs in the John Devereux fashion there. Bring the full back into play. She turns the pass, but there's nobody there. Sarah Holloway comes in field. She's well tackled. Megan Wynn. She's had an outstanding game, Megan Wynn. This time Thurrock are offside. The referee being very even-handed in that department. Doesn't tolerate any offsides. So Sarah Holloway hoping that Bath can repeat the routine. Kicking into the corner, winning the line out and driving. So after a really bright start the second half, Thurrock are now deep inside their own 22, having to defend furiously to keep the opposition at bay. Certainly Bath get up very early. That's a well-worked routine. It's brought Sophie Golder-Perks back into play, running, peeling off around the front of the line-out. And Clear Fawcett leading the charge. Thurrock hold firm. Ball's moved across the field. Emily Dodd. This is Megan Wynn. Taking a terrific line, but some superb tackling there by Thurrock. Leah Goldrick has come through. She's been outstanding for Bath, and she's come into the line there and scored for Bath as they regain the lead.
Yeah, that was a fantastic try by Bath, but Thurrock seem to have matched them for every point they've scored, so should be hoping on a Thurrock try coming next. As Bath seem to have another injury, unfortunately. I believe that was another wrist injury. And you're Small lining up for the kick.
Anya Small has kicked that one. It's quite a vital conversion. Just crept over the bar.
What's that there? What's that there?
So Bath making the most of their line-out players, and they've gone that corner on 2 occasions, scored on both occasions. But that was a result of Leah McGoldrick, who has been an outstanding winger for them today. That danger woman again, McGoldrick. Really is a powerful runner, a nuggety individual. So the ref has played advantage. A long kick by Sarah Holloway, sending Annalise Curley hurtling across the field. That really is an outstanding kick. Annalise Curley now tries to run out defence. She's hauled down. It's like she managed to retain possession. And Amy Parsad is forced to kick the touch. And Corinne Birch has come onto the field as scrum half. Bath starting to ring the changes. Really have gained in strength during the course of the second half after a brief revival from Thurrock, which put them back into the game. Banjo comes pouring through. And somehow Bath regain the initiative. They certainly have got a bit between the teeth at the moment. It spells danger for Thurrock once again. Anya Small, the dangerous runner. India Harvey gets to grips with her. India Harvey J, I should say. Sarah Holloway. Thurrock desperately needs something exciting to happen at this stage. Somebody desperately needs to get a grip on this game if they possibly can.
Yeah, this is definitely a very gripping game at the moment. Unfortunate knock-on from Bath, but hopefully they'll give Thurrock the advantage to get out of their own half. But I believe captaincy is being moved to India Harvey as Amy Parsad has come off for Corinne Birch, who makes a fantastic run.
Hannah Thornhill runs across the field, looking for work, using her pace, a little chip ahead. And there has been a knock-on, unfortunately. Just Sophie Towers seemed to be in the clear. The referee had seen a knock-on. It's a good run by Nia Grundy, and that's a high tackle which has taken her out there, and she seems to be injured. I'm hoping it isn't anything too serious. She burst hard in field. It's very difficult defender to get lower, but nevertheless it was a high tackle. It's been quite a difficult afternoon for Thurrock. They've tried all they can to get into this game. This has been an excellent Bath team and an excellent Bath performance. Thurrock have matched them most of the way. But crucially, Bath have made the most of their few opportunities.
Have you got arms?
We'll do trials for next week. So we have another long injury delay, and I'm going to leave you this afternoon in the capable hands of Gabriella Dana to finish off the commentary today. So I wish you farewell from Thurrock Oakfield and look forward to speaking to you once again next week.
Yeah, so the second team for Thurrock have a game at home at Oakfield. Just double check who that will be against. Oh, and it looks like the injury has come off. Unfortunately, can't quite see who it is.
The paper's behind you.
Yeah, so the second team next week for the Thurrock women will be at home to Aylesford Bulls. And I believe the men's first team have an away game at Chelmsford. Both of these games will be streamed live on YouTube for you to watch if you can't unfortunately make the trip down to Chelmsford, or if you can't quite make it to Thurrock either. And looks like it'll be a Bath line out. Brilliant throw straight to Bath hands. Unfortunately, it collapsed more straight away. Bath seem to be repeatedly knocking on the door of the try line, but Thurrock are holding their ground fantastically well and actually managing to drive them backwards. Unfortunately, nobody was on the right wing, so that will be another try for Bath. So I believe that will bring the score to 12-24 to Bath. That will be leaving Anya Small to line up for a quite difficult kick from the right side. fantastic kick by Anya Small, which wins them the conversion, bringing it to 26-12 to Bath. And we kick off again by Jade Wong. Unfortunately, it's just gone backwards, which brings it for a scrum in the centre of the pitch.
Wow, it's been peculiarly of us to her mum and dad and fair enough.
I believe the injury sustained might actually be Poppy Jones, our number 4. Hopefully she's all right and she'll be well enough to play our next game. Strong scrum from Bath. And a kick from their number 10, Sarah Holloway. And taken by Moji Banjo into contact. And yet another fantastic kick by Jade Wong, straight to the centre of the pitch where there is no Bath player. Unfortunately, just missed by Hannah. And the ref brings it back again. And this will be for a Thurrock penalty. And kicked into touch. Oh, not quite kicked into touch, but a knock on by Bath. And that marks the end of the game. So that brings the game to a close to 26-12 to Bath. Fantastic show and a brilliant game to watch. Well done to both sides. Unfortunately, there was quite a number of injuries this game, so we're hoping they're not too serious and they'll be back to training as soon as possible and back to playing. Again, what a fantastic game. As I said earlier, the 2s for T Birds will be at home next week. We haven't confirmed the kickoff yet, but that will be live streamed also. And the men are away to Chelmsford next week, which will also be live streamed. Hopefully, there'll be as good games as today was. And I guess we will see you next week. Thank you to everyone for watching from Bath or wherever you tuned in from in the world, and we'll see you soon.
Many talents.